just a little warning. This video is just my random rant and it might never see the light of day. As I mentioned in one of my recent vlogs, I have been feeling a bit down recently, so as many other sane grow up, I went to Reddit for my therapy session and I seek the community help on what show, like cozy show, I should watch. And there are a lot of suggestions, so I picked a few of them, which include Gilmore Girls and Good Witch. So I tried watching Gilmore Girls, but I didn't like it very much. So after just one episode, I dropped it and I watched Good Witch. For anyone who doesn't know, Good Witch has several movies. They are Hallmark movies, and they also have a TV shows which ran for 7 seasons. So I'm currently watching season 1. I prefer Good Witch, so I keep watching it. However, because I watch both of them back to back, so I saw a very similar thing on both shows, which is the way they depict teenage girls on the show. I don't understand. Is this how teenage girls are nowadays, or is this just movies and televisions? On Gilmore Girls, I only watched one episode, so I don't know if the daughter is different as the season goes on. But from the first episode, she managed to get on my nerves. She reminds me of Sabrina from the television, The Chilling Adventure of Sabrina, which is such an annoying main character. The thing that annoys me about them is that they are all Mary Sues. They are depicted as being the perfect girls. Not only they are pretty, they are smart, they have lots of friends, but it also seems that they can do nothing wrong, which I don't know why, but for me that is rather annoying. I don't know if any one of you feel the same, but like when someone is a teenage girl and they manage to do everything right, anybody around them who disagree with them is somehow wrong. I just feel so annoyed by that kind of character. And the way they act, I don't know how they always act like I know everything. I am right on everything. If you don't listen to me, that's your fault and you will get the consequences later. The next thing that annoys me about them is that they are somehow so infatuated with some boy. And yes, I get it. They are teenage girls. Teenage girls are infatuated. They are head over heels over a handsome guy. That I get. But there should be ways about it. Like on the first episode of Gilmore Girls, she was ready to throw away her education for a guy she just talked for one time. I really cannot fathom that. And when her mother finds out about it, she acted like her mother is the one that is in the wrong here, and that her mother is not understanding or not supportive of her decision. Why deep down she knows that she's the one who wants to mess it up for a boy. And then at the end of the movie, when she finds out that her mother has to swallow her pride to come back to her grandparents to beg for money for her tuition, then she decides that she will go to the school that both her and her mother want for her. Yes, I am angry about the fact that her mother has sacrificed a lot for her to go to a good school that she also wants, and that she almost throws all of that away for a boy. Yes, I am angry about that. But I think I am more bothered by the fact that she just doesn't even seem to try to communicate with her mother. She was so stubborn and persistent, and she was so like, I'm right, you're wrong. There's no compromise here. That kind of attitude when you are the one who are in the wrong, it's just screaming entitled brat attitude to me. I'm sorry if any of you is a fan of the character. Obviously, I only watched one episode, so I don't know her well enough. But just from what happened in that first season, I really cannot keep watching such a character. I don't have that kind of patience. Now move on to the next TV show that I watched, Good Witch. The daughter, also a teenage girl, 16 years old, Grace. At first, she seems fine, nothing out of ordinary, and she also doesn't have that kind of stubborn attitude of I'm right, you're wrong, like the daughter from Gilmore Girls. But this one, she gets on my nerves on another level about different things, but still annoying as F. Basically, they have new neighbors, a father and a teenage son from New York that just moved to their town. He goes to the same high school as her. The handsome guy from New York. Everyone at the school is excited about that. The first time Grace saw him at school, her longtime friend, childhood friend or longtime friend, Anthony, said to her that the boy from New York, by the end of the semester, every girl will fall in love with him. And Grace confidently says, not this girl. That would be nice. If that is true, I at least hope so. Because so far she has not been in love with him, but she has done so many things that equally annoying. So the first thing that annoys me about Grace is that she did her friend, her long-time childhood friend Anthony, for the boy from New York. I couldn't recall an example right now, but from the whole season 1, she was just around that boy from New York. His name is Nick. It's like her world kind of revolves around Nick, or like a large part of her life is about Nick. And she did, or like at least upsets her friend Anthony for him. And he's not even worth it. He treats her like crap. I swear to God, if any of you got treated that way, I hope you will cut ties with that person that treated you that way. The very first thing he did to her was that he stole school properties, put it in her locker for her to take the fall. When the principal finds out, she nearly took the fall for that. Obviously, she was about to come clean and told the principal that he was the one who did it. And then somehow he regained his conscience and decided to tell the principal that he was the one who did it, not her. But seriously, if anyone ever try that shit on me, try to frame me for doing the things that I did not commit, I would hate that person. I would hate him or her for the rest of the 7th season, for the rest of the 6th season that we are going to be in. And after that, there's no consequences for him from her. And if I don't recall it wrong, it was her who proactively tried to make it up, to fix their relationship by telling him that if he invites a girl to a prom or a party, she would forgive him. because this girl is just trying to bother her. This girl knows that they live close together, so she just comes to Grace's house, hoping that she would run into Nick. Grace told Nick that, oh, if you invite this girl to the party, then we are even. I was like, how? How could you be even with that? And then she teaches him how to dance so that he can invite this girl to the party. And while they are learning how to dance, he sort of confides with her his secret, and she promises that she will not tell anyone. And she kept her promises. She did not tell anyone. However, he misunderstood her, and he thought that she told Anthony his secret, and he was really mad at her. Okay, that I understand. He misunderstood, so he was angry. That's fine. But then she went to explain it to him and told him that she did not tell anyone. Do you know what he said? He said, I don't believe you. Which might sound normal, but remember, this boy is a troublemaker and this girl is a straight-A student. She has never done anything to make people question her integrity. Yet, somehow, this guy has the audacity to say to her that, I don't believe you. Any of you should take a personal offense for that, okay? I guess that she's just not one of you or one of us. Somehow, when being questioned, when her integrity being questioned, she doesn't get mad at the person who questions it. When someone doubts you, when someone don't believe you, it means they think you are a liar. So why are you not at least somehow bothered by that? I don't understand. On to the next incident. They ran into each other at the school library, and she talked to him. Yeah, she talked to him, and then she told him that this feels like a one-way conversation, and he confirms it. He said, yes, it is. And then she still asked him, why is that? I'm like, girl, he has indicated so clearly that this is a one-way conversation. Only you are interested in talking to him. He is absolutely not interested in reciprocating whatsoever. Why you are so persistent? And during the whole season 1, most of the exchange between them are instigated by Grace. And the guy just seemed totally unbothered, even showing his contempt towards her. He couldn't be more clear about how much he doesn't care for her. And still, somehow, I never see her really get angry at him or just like ditch him so easily like she ditched her friend. Oh my god, this girl just boils my blood. And then, on the last episode, Anthony and Nick, they got stuck at the school library because of a storm. So obviously, they don't have anything to eat. Nick, being the troublemaker, sort of vandalized the school, what do you call that thing? The vending machine. Yeah. He vandalized the vending machine so that he can get food without paying. And then when Grace and Anthony found out about that, she was kind of like, oh, I am on a higher moral ground here, and lecture him about, it's a school property, you shouldn't do that, you couldn't do that. He doesn't give a he just keep taking the food. Later, when Grace and Anthony, both of them got really hungry, so they went to Nick for food. And Anthony was like, I will not beg for food, which I respect. Like, okay, like you have just got stuck there for just one day, not even a full day. You were hungry, but It's not the end of the world, and you don't want to throw away your pride to ask for food. I understand. And then Gray is the total opposite. Gray was like, okay, I'll beg, please give me food, which I already don't like. But okay, maybe she's hungry, so, I can understand. And maybe if it's just words, you just say one sentence and you get some food, then, not much of a sacrifice, so it's okay. But then Nick said, you pay for it. You have to pay for the food that I just stole from the vending machine, which I did not pay anything, but now I'm gonna charge you for it because, I have the nerve to steal things and you didn't. Obviously, Grace doesn't have any money, but Anthony has money. Anthony did not want to give money for Nick, but Gray begs. She just look at Anthony, like the begging look, so that Anthony will pay for the food. It's not even her money. It's Anthony's money. Anthony gave up and asked Nick if he can break a 20 because he only have $20 and he doesn't want to spend all of the $20. And Nick said yes. So Anthony gave Nick the $20. And Nick, being Nick, he did not give back any change. Anthony was mad. Nick said, I said that I can, but I will not do it. So he just took the $20. Basically, he just tricked Anthony out of his money. And Grace, being the good friend that she is, did not say anything about Nick's behavior. She just looked at Anthony and then took the food from the table and eat. Need I to remind you that it's not even her money? Anthony hasn't eaten. Anthony is still in shock because he was scammed of his money. His friend did not say a word to the perpetrator, just let it slide. I don't know, just not caring about him and just keep eating. Just keep taking the food that is bought by his money and not even her money. At this point, I don't know. What are those writers doing or thinking? Are all of the teenagers like this in their real life? So they don't have any other reference points to write a more likable teenager girls, if I might add. I know that sometimes it's not easy to write a likable character, but I think you can learn, There are so many likable teenage girls on screen that you can somehow reference to. One annoying teenager girl that you should not take reference from is Sabrina from The Chilling Adventure of Sabrina. But the original series, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, she was so adorable and likable. She did everything wrong. In every episode, she created or got into some kind of troubles. Yet, somehow, she is so much more likable than any other teenage girls who do everything right. That there is a lesson in that. And I can name so many other troubled, problematic teenage girls that you should not try to be like them. But somehow they are just really, really so likable. For example, Cher from Clueless. She is someone that you should not be inspired to be like because she just kind of go around and then interfere with other people's business and then later learn her lessons. But she is immensely likable. She's not doing anything right from, for the whole movie, and then at the end of it, she learns her lesson. Yet she's so likable. Also, like her friend Diane. Diane doesn't necessarily have to do anything wrong to be likable. Diane is just Diane. She's confident, she's caring, she's fashionable, and she's likable. She doesn't have to do things either right or wrong. She's just being her with her vulnerability. Sometimes she's not perfect. She does hang out with her boyfriend a lot instead of Cher, but we still like her for her. Not because she has to do things in a certain way for us to like her. Who else? Let me think. Yeah, Saffron. I don't know if you ever watched this TV show, Absolutely Fabulous. It's an English TV show. And there this teenage girl, her name is Saffron. I think she's one of the most tragic teenage girls that I've ever seen on screen. It's not that kind of heavy lifting, tragic stories like she got kidnapped, she got trafficking, she got tortured, or like her whole family is murdered or anything. She just have a tragic situation in a very normal, relatable way. Her parents got divorced and she lives with a mother who, I swear to you, if any of you have a problematic parent and you see your parent in this mother somehow, then you probably wouldn't be able to finish this series. You would have to drop it, because if you try to finish the series, you might have to see a therapist after that. This mother is the epitome. She is the peak of bad parenting. Like, my blood boils every time I see how she treats Saffron. She is irresponsible. Like, in Saffron's words, she lives from self-induced crisis to self-induced crisis. Her whole life, she has taken no responsibility, absolutely whatsoever, for herself and her daughter. There was one episode when Saffron wanted to go on a trip with her, and Saffron has to beg her to take Saffron. Like, she is going on a trip, traveling. She didn't want to bring the daughter, and Saffron wants to go on this trip for her essays or like education purpose. She has to beg to go with her mother. And then her mother even said that, I'm taking no responsibility for you on this trip. You're on your own if you go with me. Oh, Jesus Christ. And I don't even want to mention the fact that she let her co-workers sexually harass her daughter without saying anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't stand up for her daughter. Oh my goodness. Like, I swear you would get triggered. You would take personal offense with that mother. That is to tell you how tragic Saffron's situation is. And somehow, as problematic as Saffron is, since she lives in that kind of situation, she's still so much likable than both Grace and the girl from Gilmore Girls, who have parents who love them, support them, and who will just give them everything they need. Like, how? Make it make sense. Okay, that's it for today. It's just a random rant. I'm not even sure I'm going to upload this video, but let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. Like, tell me a character that like gets on every of your nerves, like just boils your blood. Okay, see you.